Hey guys, Startup here, bringing you a 1v1 today. We are on Nexus. Today spawning on the left, we have Luciano playing as US Forces, and his loadout is Heavy Cavalry, Recon Support, and Tactical Support. Myself against him on the right, we have Borobadger playing as COH2, and his loadout is Luftwaffe Ground Forces, Elite Armor, and Overwatch. In terms of ranks, Luciano around rank 40, 50, around rank 50. Borobadger around rank 140. A little bit of a mismatch in that department. Okay, so first engagement really. I've been closing in against the Fox Grenadiers, always a close call. Riflemen are pulling ahead, but now a second squad of Fox Grenadiers arriving, going to help seal the deal. And there they go now. Even in terms of territory early on, haven't seen the Stern Pioneers get themselves involved yet, which can always turn things towards OKW's favour. So he's jumped into this building up here. Interesting. I wonder if this is like a little true sight thing. Anyway, back to the action. Stern Pioneer's got the neutralize on the munitions cut off, now going hunting for the riflemen. And while sandbags get interrupted down here by the re-echelon, no, he's just going to continue to put them down. Re-echelon not outputting enough damage at that range. Stern Pioneer's getting low, so are the rifles. Rifles have to leave first. Sandbags do go up. Re-echelon did close distance, but sandbags went up too fast. Rifleman jumping on to the fuel. And interesting to see Luciano going for this fuel in the south. Quite what I found on this map, you know, the left spawn is better suited to going to the north because you've controlled this building. Which is generally better control of this fuel. Same story with this building. The right hand spawn, but it's mixing up. It's not like those are set in stone or anything, it's just like a pattern that I've noticed playing on this map a bit. And also an interesting fact about this map, Von Ivan said this is potentially his favourite map. So, all you Nexus haters, better watch what you say. Fighting in the center here. Fox Grenadiers coming out worse off. I'm not going to go down though. Here comes the lieutenant. Goes in the distance. Maybe should have waited with the lieutenant. Wait for this extra squad. Pushed in at the same time. Maybe saved a little bit of damage on the lieutenant squad. Excuse me. Cut off maneuver by Luciano. Now surrounding the squad as well. Borobadger going for the mechanized, about to complete. So a decent chunk of resources away from his first light vehicle, however. Luciano going for a 50 cal. Yeah, standard stuff there. Now, rifleman getting chased away. Borobadger going for the reconnect. Cal heading towards the middle, it looks like. He's pushing out.
A capture point is under attack.
And Re-echelon going to get chased away. Looks like Luciano taking a small detour here, going for the ambulance before his first light vehicle. Does have quite a lot of low health squads, so understandable, wants to conserve the manpower, but will delay the Stewart if that's what he's going to go for, which I imagine it will be. Cal in the middle, getting some good suppression in there. Squad coming around. Just the way this rifle could potentially go for the flank on the 50 cal now as well. Those sandbags allowing the squad to stay in the center there. Very important getting those sandbags down. And yeah, healing coming in hot. Had to send the squad out on low health though. To do some capping, otherwise we'd just lose way too much map control. And looks is in production now for borobadger. Losing control of his cutoff for that brief period. Did slow him down a little bit, but not too bad. Actually, doesn't even have med crates down. Went for an STG on one of his squads first. Perhaps a little bit of a mistake. And instant retreat from Luciano. Good reactions. And minimize the manpower bleed now that he's got the ambulance. Didn't have the ambulance, maybe he would want to drop 1 or 2 models there so he could reinforce, get a little bit more health on the squad, but the ambulance definite immediate evac. And Lieutenant heading down to the south. Luckily the squad leaving the cover position, but gonna make their way over to the next one. With the SDGs they should be able to fight off the Lieutenant. And Stuart in production now for Luciano. Looks out to make an impact. Looks okay. There's actually a mine down here as well. I didn't notice that earlier. Steam Pioneer's coming on the flank of the LT there, chasing it away. And good fuel control at the moment for borobadger. Scott pushing into the middle. He really needs this good period of fuel because we'll probably need the Puma to counter that incoming Stuart. Really going in for the kill on the center. Perhaps wanting to avoid damage from the 50 cal on the looks, so going for the re-echelon in the north. Forcing them off. Stuart about to hit the field, and weapon rack's ticked for Luciano. He's got a lot of munitions. Could get a pretty big power spike by equipping some R's. Here comes Stuart. Oh man, I thought he was out of range of looks there, but connects. Forces it back. Tikau doing a good job holding the center, but really needs those weapons. Make an impact against this infantry. Nice suppression there from the 50 cal though. Might be able to beat this squad as well since it's so low in health. And it looks like borobadger going for a Raketin instead of the Puma here. Also locking in Luftwaffe ground forces. Might see some Fallschirmjäger deployed shortly. Still borobadger in a really good position in terms of map control, double fuel, more standard territory points as well. Things looking sharp for him. If he wants to make full use of the Raketin though, he's going to have to be careful with his looks positioning. Mine going off there. Does indeed drop in some Fallschirmjäger in the north. Let's see how they get on. Kind of nice having, you know, squad Fallschirmjäger do have access to the Panzerfaust, so can help in sticky situations against light vehicles. Oh, and actually we've got bazookas here for Luciano, hidden behind the Minesweeper upgrade. Catches borobadger off guard a little bit. Stuart was considering coming over, but looks in a pretty defensive position now. Following strong behind the wall, but maybe not for long. Getting rotating now to the south. Falls behind this heavy cover here, should be able to beat the Lieutenant. Maybe there might even be 1 or 2 models outside of cover there though. That might be an issue. 50 cal still just overlooking the center for Luciano. He's invested in a second one now. Double 50 cals can be very hard to outmaneuver. With this commander though, you do have the Stuka smoke drop, which can really help. There we go. Looks like the model that was outside cover dropping. Slight error in the positioning there. Almost every squad now for borobadger upgrade with SCGs, which is nice. Comes the Stuart to put more pressure on the Fallschirmjäger. And the Looks heading towards the other side. The Kitten's over here as well. Zuka's jumping into the building. And both connect with the Looks. You have to be careful getting too close to the Rifleman. If he takes a snare, he'll be in some big trouble. Snare's going to come through, but Rifleman getting very, very low. Could go down for the trouble. Stuart rotating to the south. Rifleman. And there they go.
We lost an infantry unit. They got wiped out.
Here comes the Stuart for the follow-up. Rakeden is in a pretty good position. This squad needs to come forward for a Faust. Doesn't have the munitions though. Stuart going, Looks hunting. And gets the kill there. borobadger just a tiny bit of munitions away from the Faust. If he just had that munitions, he might have been able to get the Looks alive. Might have been able to get around the corner there. Will the Stuart be able to escape? That's the million-dollar question. Rakeden repositioning. Ooh, it did have enough health to survive one more Rakeden shot. And he puts it on hold fire so it doesn't reveal itself in the fog of war. Good play. Luciano did lose the bazooka squad in the building though, I assume. Oh! Oh! Oh man. Very luckily evades the mine, but he ends up going down to the Faust anyway. Looks like he got herded that way by an incoming Volksgrenadier from the north. So Luciano suffering some big losses there. Rifleman, re-echelon, and Stuart picking up only the Looks in return. But borobadger probably doesn't want to pick up that bazooka, so free for the regathering for Luciano. Oh no, he didn't lose it. I thought he lost this. Man, maybe I wasn't paying attention. He just dropped the bazooka because he had bazooka and minesweeper. Okay. I spoke too soon and I'm sure all of you guys have been yelling. Oh, it's still alive. Yeah, I noticed. Eventually. Here come the Rangers. Nice grenade. Forcing a whole bunch of retreats. We do have a Schwer up for borobadger. Facing the wrong direction though. Luciano get chased away by the Stern Pioneers. These riflemen have double bars. I don't think the Stern Pioneers can face them. Maybe with the single bar, but the double bars not quite able to do the job. But yeah, the issue with facing this the wrong direction is that when a unit does enter its range, the black gun has to rotate around to face it before firing, so slight delay before black gun will actually fire facing it that way. It's a mine in the exact same spot. It does have the sweepers, but I guess they didn't spot it.
My father told me before I left that when you give your word, you keep it. This is what we're trained for.
Putting down some more meat crates, always a good idea. And a second Rakeden coming in for borobadger. Interesting. Must think that Luciano has a lot of fuel, and Luciano is indeed pretty close to a medium tank. So is borobadger. Thought he could probably just wait until he gets his own medium tank, but he's playing it safe with the second Rakeden. Having trouble getting territory right now. Looks like he's going to send a whole blob right into this 50 cal though. This Spreading out a little bit. The squad going to crawl around behind here. Try throw an incendiary grenade over the fence. Here they go.
Ready weapons.
Few guys to jump out, and then borobadger pouncing. Gathering up some map control. Luciano very close to the fuel for a Sherman. Resources. Had the fuel for a while, but didn't have the manpower quite. Getting surrounded here, these Fox Grenadiers. Grenade into the retreat path, slightly too early those. Those Rangers have the cooked frag grenade, so it has a slightly shorter timer. Have to adjust your timings on those retreat path grenades accordingly. And the borobadger pushing back out on this side, but his last few engagements have started to hurt for him. Facing off against, you know, all these barred up squads, as well as the Rangers. His infantry is struggling a little bit. They nearly get one. Okay, we're going to see Luciano going straight into the Jackson. As I mentioned earlier, he does have the infantry to fight off borobadger, so just going to go for the anti-tank. Just always have to worry about these double Raketans taking out your Jackson. Pretty good push here from borobadger though, getting a lot of map control going. Before heading to the other side of the map with the Fox Grenadiers also chasing squads away. So a pretty good regather of territory there for borobadger after a few shaky moments. He's in a decent position to cover the escape of the Panzer IV here, but here they go, Jackson before engaging. Squad trying to close in for the AT grenade. Oh, and a slight pathing hiccup there. Oh, big pathing hiccup. Oh no. Oh, that's a disaster. Raket's creeping up but hasn't taken off camouflage mode, so just crawling forwards. Takes him off camo now. Before finally connects. Raket's one into position now. Oh, Jackson misses the killing blow, and the Raketans get the kill on the Jackson. Just like that, borobadger in a really good spot. Luciano was looking good for him, you know. It looked like he was going to get the Panzer IV, but Kitten's coming in from the side, securing the kill. P4 escapes. Wasn't really like that unlucky that Jackson missed the shot, you know. The P4 rounded the corner and the shot connected with the wall, so pretty much expected, but still, that's bad news for Luciano, good news for borobadger. Luciano doesn't really have a captain tech at the moment either. So it doesn't have access to an AT grenade. It's going to be relying on those re-echelon bazookas to deal with the Panzer IV, which is okay, but going to bleed quite a lot of manpower in the process. And then the major artillery there, clearing them out. These are the important moments for the riflemen. You got to beat back the Obersoldaten before they get vet 2. Grenade in. And Luciano has to bail out, but has made a lot of territory in the north Nicely undefended up there, but here comes the Panzer IV back up to full health. Heading up that way now. Small detour in the center first. 50 cals there. Oh, good. First shot on the Rangers. They're low. Still throws out a grenade, but Panzer IV might go for the chase down on them here. And gets the kill. Throwing that grenade might have been just a little bit too greedy for Luciano. And yeah, just saving all his resources, going for another Jackson now. Gotta make sure that this one doesn't fall victim to the Raketans like the last one did. One thing that I've been doing a little bit more with US forces is using the tactical support commander, even against OKW, where you get the recon plane that can spot the Raketans in their stealth. It's been really helpful in dealing with those invis Raketans. As well as, on top of that, you know, just it's pretty helpful for allowing your Jackson to shoot at max range safely all the time. Okay, Bazooka's heading up to deal with the Panzer IV. That's an almighty blob behind the sandbags there. Just shredded that rifle squad instantly. Ooh, on the squishy side of the sandbags there, that could go poorly. Ooh, I called it. Oh man, squad gets away. Lucky to escape at one model, I'd say. Oh no. This P4 has a thirst for blood. 14 kills already. Jackson going hunting for Panzer IV. How did the Panzer IV survive?
Ready for further orders. Ready. Enemy infantry.
Oh, must have taken a bazooka deflection. I was like, how could it be at this low amount of health? But I assume maybe like 2 bazookas or something deflected, and the deflection damage add up to that unusual health amount. So P4 escapes, and yeah, still stacking up the kill count. 14 kills, Vet 2 now. Luciano in some big trouble. Double kids have been a pretty big thorn in his side. Now borobadger following this up with the Panther. Gonna give Jackson some real headaches. Luciano may have to side tech, get the captain, so he can build an AT gun. So I don't think he can get the job done with bazookas and 1 Jackson alone. Or was that a friendly fire? A little bit of friendly damage, but didn't get a kill. But you know, the benefits of going for captain is you do get the extra squad, which could help bolster his forces on the field. It's not like it's a massive negative. Okay, Raketans creeping forwards now. Trying to stay in a relevant position against the Jackson. Really needs a second 50 cal up here, and here it comes now. Jackson trying to stay at a safe range, but Raketans pushing up. So that was an attack ground attempt from Luciano. Jackson taking some Raketan damage, but Rifleman on top of the Raketans, forcing them away. Another option for Luciano could be to tick grenades. I feel like there's many opportunities where grenades will be quite helpful. He's got a lot of munitions for them. Oh man, not going to go for grenades. And oh man, I thought this was maybe going to be like a Rangers bazooka squad, but going for another squad with the Thompsons. Do worry about his ability to fend off these tanks. Well, he's basically at his supply limit, 100 out of 100, so not much more he can do about his composition. This is what he's got. I think the key here for Luciano now will be his 50 cal positioning. He needs to have them in relevant positions to stop this OKW infantry flooding forwards. Here comes the Panther and the Panzer IV going over to fight the infantry. Jackson missing its first shot on the P4. Now Panther pushing forwards. Jackson missing the follow-up shot now as well. Luciano bleeding a lot of manpower just charging head on like this. Now P4 at the bottom. This rifle squad could be in trouble. Jackson in a nice spot though to return fire. Raketans still haven't worked their way back onto the field. It's pushing in against the Jackson. At the misses, Jackson connects. Looks like borobadger, you know, he's at his limit and now he's going to go for the final tech truck. Good idea. Luciano having a lot of trouble pushing back onto the map. borobadger also now has access to the airborne assault loiter, which may add to Luciano's map control woes. Those kind of loiters often result in you getting pushed off the map entirely. That's 1v1 scenarios. Nice kill on the sandbag there. Still Luciano did lose quite a few models pushing forwards there. Could have run to this cover though to take that engagement. He's upgraded his mechanized regiment with the repair pioneers as well, just maxing out every advantage he can. The OKW faction. 50 cal could go down here. No, it doesn't chase in, and here comes the Jackson going P4 hunting. No activation of the blitz here, a little bit of a mistake, but Luciano not chasing him for the kill. Definitely should have used the blitz to escape, however. We'll play it safe. And I don't know, is Luciano going for another Jackson or is he trying to save for the Pershing? Hard to tell. Oh, Raketan's getting forced away. Quite a lot of damage. Cal trying to soften it up. That sandbag is so low in health. Still providing heavy cover. And once again, Luciano killing the sandbag with his tank. Smart play. He's in the south. Still a decent chunk of experience away from Vet 2. I'm sure Luciano will be happy about that. But he is having some massive headaches pushing forwards. borobadger maintaining so much map control right now. Another option you do have with used forces is the major recon pass. It can help you decide what kind of angle you want to push from. Scout out where your opponent's weak points are and position yourself accordingly. Looks like Luciano maybe is going to go for the Pershing. So he's got to try stem the VP bleed in the meantime. Oh, go for the chase down. Oh, and the overs do go down. Nice pickup from Luciano. I thought they was going to escape personally, but they do make it out. Oh, they don't make it out. They do get the kill. 200 on the nose for Luciano as he stops the clock. Oh, and Raketan's creeping forward. Jackson in some big trouble. Panther going to go for the chase down. Panther not Vet 1 at the moment though, so no blitz. Jackson may be able to escape. We've got the bazookas right there. It's just a regular Panther, remember, not the command Panther. It doesn't have the extra sight, otherwise I think the Jackson would have gone down right there. Bazookas fending off and Panther, but both players I'm sure well, I'm sure Luciano's happy that he got his Jackson alive, but that's what I was talking about, those camouflage Rakitans really just snipe off your Jackson, so the recon planes come in handy. But Luciano has so many munitions. I suppose he doesn't really need too much use of the off-map smoke. He doesn't really have to smoke machine guns because borobadger doesn't have any. Potentially could have used smoke in that last engagement to smoke off the T-guns, but I don't think it would have come in on time. And got higher priorities than smoking it. Reversing is the number one. But here is the Pershing. See how it gets on this game. borobadger trying to squeeze a Lux into his build instead of replacing the Obers. Interesting. Here comes the Pershing. And yeah, borobadger hears it through the fog and hits retreat straight away. Jackson doing some good hits. Panther 4, but kittens are right there, so is the Panther. So are the bazookas. Jackson getting a long range shot in there. Yoshimega doing some big damage. Ooh, and they're dead. Pershing gets the wipe. Pretty clumped up with no cover bonus. Nasty stuff. Looks like borobadger cancelled. Oh, double kids connecting with the Jackson. And they're going for the chase down. Ends up getting the re-echelon with the bazookas. Both bazookas are down. One Rakitten's down now though as well. And decrew this 50 cal, which manages to escape, and he picks up both of the bazookas on the re-echelon. I mean, not on the Stern Pioneers. There's a reasonably expensive reinforce though, so not the ideal squad for carrying bazookas, but it's probably alright. 50 cal getting flanked here. Yoshimega did end up getting suppressed. That's a fresh squad of Yoshimega, in fact. Doing some damage in the north. Luciano has got a lot of map control going all of a sudden. Does still have quite a lot of elite infantry and getting those Pershing wipes, helping the cause. Taking grenades now, finally. Good choice. I guess he just didn't want to delay his Pershing by going for grenade tick earlier, but finally getting them now, and almost 600 munis in the bank. It could be pretty strong, just spamming those grenades. And we're just setting up shop in the exact same spot as usual. Pershing and Jackson ready to rumble though. Panther in the south. Hurricane's creeping around looking for targets. Oof. Yoshimega forced away instantly. Still in the north, going to try repel this push, and there's the first grenade. Luciano's rifleman. They're getting forced away by the Pershing. Jackson heading to the north, going to try kill Panzer 4. Can I click on that? Okay, he does get the AT grenade off. Now the Panzer 4 in some trouble. Jackson trying to stay outside of P4 range. Activates the armor-piercing rounds as well. Don't know if he's going to be able to get the kill. He does get the kill with that final shot. There we go, a nice activation of the armor-piercing rounds. Otherwise, without that bonus damage from them, he wouldn't be able to get the kill there. I had to chase a little bit further, you know, maybe the Panther would arrive to save the day, so good move from Luciano. Activating the high velocity armor piercing rounds there. And borobadger now in a little bit of trouble. Maybe? I mean, maybe he's going to go for the King Tiger. The King Tiger does match up pretty well against the Pershings. This Pershing is so little health and not that much armor compared to, say, the IS-2. King Tiger can really put some hurt on the Pershing. Oof. Speaking of hurt on the Pershing, Raketin, Panther. He's calling in the airborne assault now. Jackson still in the range. Panther doesn't want to chase any further. Jackson coming forwards now. Oh, he's going to be in range. The strafes are going to come through now. Jackson chasing in for the Panther kill, but the anti-tank planes secure the kill on the Jackson. And the Panther escapes.
King Tiger, reporting for combat.
And here's the King Tiger follow-up for borobadger now. Yeah, you just have to respect those two close air support anti-tank planes. Can do so much damage to the mediums especially. Luciano not out of this one yet though. Had to rebuild his rear echelon so that he can actually repair his Pershing though, so that's slowing him down a long way. It'll be quite some time before he can afford maybe another Jackson. A little bit strapped for manpower right now. You hear that King Tiger bragging about killing a sandbag? Oh, what a dude. You're right. One thing that Luciano also could be doing with these riflemen is planting some mines as they exit the rifleman field defenses. He's in like a safe position. Like capping right now, he could plant a mine on this fuel point. There's plenty of conditions for it. That's actually one thing we haven't seen much from Luciano as well, like putting sandbags down himself. Trying to push forwards now. Okay, coming around on the rear though. Grenade in. Pretty well placed grenade. Still connects well as they retreated. Missing wildly there. Maybe with the follow-up shot. Right, a little bit of damage, but nothing to brag about. Didn't hear him saying ha 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 like he did about that sandbag kill. Pushing finally back up to full. It's taken such a long time. Luciano just about has the resources for Jackson now as well, but it's a tall task. It's the Panther King Tiger combo. Did he pick up bazookas on the rear echelon? Not yet. Definitely gonna need those. Oof. Amazing shot from the King Tiger there. Still looks like it did quite a lot of damage. King Tiger takes engine damage, but Pershing can't really chase in for the kill, or even to chase in to do any more damage. Getting sneaking up, so is the Panther. He's lining up a shot. Both connecting. Borobadger dropping in the airborne assault once again. And they're going chasing. Pershing clears the area before the anti-tank planes can lock on. Get away safely. Just standing here doing the damage. Some appears to go though. the Stern Pioneers. Potentially, you know, like reverse the Panther back here, let the Stern Pioneers repair the King Tiger. Lead to slightly faster repairs overall. Luciano finally being able to build that Jackson, so should be able to fight back a little bit more at least. Still, it's going to be tough. It's King Tiger now Vet 2 Panther combo without an AT gun. I can't see if they've got bazookas. They've got their torches out at the moment.
Americans down to 75 points.
75 VPs left for Luciano. Going to be feeling a little bit of desperation now. Holding on to the territory. And Luciano capping in the south. Losing control of the north. Let's have some rangers back there to spring an ambush, but King Tiger also up there. Jackson heading to the north. Oh, to the middle. The kittens are right here though. King Tiger does indeed force away the rangers. Luciano charging forwards, grenade in. Both ways. Tiger now rotating to the middle. Tiger finds the Pershing. Oh boy, that's a lot of damage all at once. Jackson one shot. Panther misses the killing blow. Here comes the Pershing to try to save the day. But the King Tiger with the grazing blow kills the Jackson. And that might be it for Luciano. Actually, he just about has enough for another Jackson already. Pushing forwards, but double kittens are there. This one, Vet 4. Just away the kittens finally, but in comes a final airborne assault. Forcing away the infantry, forcing away the tanks, getting borobadger a lot of map control. Meanwhile, a Lux heading towards the south. Forcing away the squads down there. Bring up the capture for borobadger once again.
The capture point is under attack.
Pushing heading to the south. Try and get the Lux kill potentially, but this is very risky operating this low amount of health, especially with how many mines we've seen from borobadger so far in this game.
The capture point is being overrun.
One more shot and the Lux will go down. Lux hiding here. Panther and King Tiger now heading to the south. And no bazookas on these rear echelon to help chip in for some damage, potentially scare away the Panther. Panther charging forwards. Going for the kill on the Persian. King Tiger also coming from the center. Tiger misses the killing blow. The Panther secures it. Max range.
Just lost a heavy tank. Consolidate our forces.
And Pershing is dead. Tiger taking care of the rest of the infantry. And Luciano throws in the towel. Well, tight contest throughout much, but Luciano having a lot of trouble against those double Raketans. You saw them just constantly ambushing his vehicles, making the difference in all of those armor engagements. That's what I was talking about, those recon planes to spot. The camo Raketans can really come in handy, help you outmaneuver them. But overall, well played by borobadger. And a wrap on that, guys. If you like your game to be cast by me, details in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.